Welcome to a tour of the syllabus for your World Regional Geography 100 online class. Intersession, Spring 2021. So if you take a look here, let's plow through this. You can see the Santa Ana College mission statement. Read that when you're bored. Then you can see, as we scroll down through here, that I am Professor William Corder. That's who's speaking to you, and that is who's going to be the instructor for this class. I reserve the right to modify this syllabus course overview if needed, owing to the current situation with the pandemic. Please understand that circumstances can evolve quickly, and that may require some adjustment or flexibility. If you want to contact me, the best way to do that is to use my email address, which you can see right here, corder_bill@sac.edu. The phone number you see there is not very valuable because I'm not in my office as a result of COVID. But if it happens to be that the world changes very quickly, you can see that my office is D203 at Santa Ana College. I'll try to get back to all emails within 48 hours. In most cases, it'll be quicker than that. This is a quick class. We go through this in 3.5 weeks, so I try to be very responsive as much as possible. You can see the course catalog description right here. Go ahead and read that when you have a time to do it. You can see this is Spring Intersession 2021, which means January 2021. The required textbook, if you click on this, there's a link there that will allow you to get to that textbook, which is free. In addition to that, you can see that the course Geography 100 fulfills the Rancho Santiago Community College District Plan A general education requirements for the social science and behavioral sciences B2 or cultural breadth international perspective D2 category. That's for the AA degree, and fulfills the CSU Plan B transfer requirement for social sciences D and AAT, ADT requirements, and fulfills the IGETC Plan C transfer requirement for Area 4 social and behavioral sciences. Here's the DSPS statement. If you are DSPS, please make sure you read that. I'll give you some information about DSPS. Student learning outcomes, here they are. Go ahead and read those at some point. Course objectives. You can see I'm not reading through every single bit of this. I'm just giving you the highlights as much as a syllabus can have highlights. So these are the course objectives, the course goals, you can see that, and course topics. Now, notice that the way we're going to go through the class is Middle America, the Caribbean, South America, which basically is Latin America. Then we'll have an exam. That'll be followed by East Asia, China, South Asia, the Middle East, and North Africa. That will be followed by an exam. And then the last exam is on Europe and China. You can see that these are the chapters in the textbook that you're going to need to read. You're going to read 7 chapters over this very brief time. The textbook is pretty easy reading, and the chapter's not very long, so I don't think that that's going to be a big issue for you. Although there's a quiz on each one of them. Remember, this is an online class. I can't stop you from having the textbook open while you take the quiz. I'm not telling you to do that, but I can't stop you from doing it because it's an online class. Although the class is entirely online with no face-to-face class meetings, your regular participation is required and will be recorded, including through required discussion board topic prompts. So make sure that you are doing everything you are supposed to do, because if you don't in the first couple of days, I can drop you as a no-show. I'm actually required to do that. And if you miss about 10% of the class, I'm supposed to drop you as well. So just make sure you're doing everything, and it will appear that you're in the class and everything will be fine. Course grading, your grade will be based upon your total point accumulation through the following methods. First, 3 100-point multiple choice exams given at the conclusion of each of the sections. Each exam consists of 50 multiple choice questions worth 2 points each. The questions are derived from the class lecture videos and the objectives, concepts, terms associated with each module. There's 7 reading quizzes on each one of those chapters I just mentioned, worth 20 points each. So that's 140 points. And there's 8 discussion boards that you are required to participate in. Each one of those is worth 10 points each. If you look down, you can see the grading scale basically is a straight scale. No exams will be dropped, no chapter reading quizzes will be dropped, no discussion boards will be dropped, and 0 will be added to your score if you don't participate in each one of these exercises that are graded. Then you can see, if you go through here, this is the layout for the course. You can see Section 1, Module 1. Section 1 is Latin America. Module 1 is January 4th. Then you can see Module 2 and Module 3 and Module 4 and everything that's going to be required in each one of those. So for example, In Module 6, we have the Latin America exam straight across. Module 7, you can see is Introduction to East and South Asia, the monsoon winds in China, and then it explains what I'm going to talk about generally. You have a discussion board over here that you're going to be responsible for, and the Chapter 9 terms and concepts, and here's the discussion board topic, Chinese and American relations, a culinary approach, and then the Chapter 9 textbook quiz. Okay, and this is all the way through. I want you to notice this as we get to the end, that Module 16, usually there's 16 weeks in a semester, but because of Martin Luther King holiday, we have 15 modules, not 16. Each one of those represents a week, but we kind of lose a week as a result of the Martin Luther King holiday. So we're doing this in 15 modules, not in 16 modules. And frankly, if you go through the class and you look at it and you examine each one of the modules, you will notice this, that the amount of time that you spend watching videos and doing the assignments in there is probably less than if you were sitting in the classroom. Canvas course site, you can read through this, tells you something about, how to navigate the site, technical support. You can call the Canvas number 844-612-7428 24 hours a day, and they answer generally. Here's information about required technology and the Neely Library at SAC, academic honesty, student code of conduct. These all link to those particular things. Assignments in Canvas are done through modules. You'll see when you open up the modules what they look like. You can see important dates, Martin Luther King holiday, which is January 18th. And then the final exam is actually over a couple of days from Wednesday, January 27th at midnight until Friday, January 29th at 12 p.m. So I'm giving you a little bit of space there to be able to choose your time to be able to take the exam. The miscellaneous, if you use my email, please identify yourselves and the class you're in, because I don't know who's sending me emails. This is for academic purposes only, so please let's make it academic. It doesn't mean we can't be friendly, but it means that I don't want any religious email or sexist email or jokes or hate email or any other stuff like that. Just academic. Okay, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it in advance. I'm not allowed to email you grades or scores, but on Canvas, you'll see if you watch another video that all the grades are all there. You can see your grades as they happen, and including the accumulation of your grades. So here's the other information. Just take a look at that, and then a blank page. All right.